Man, what's up, y'all? Hey, we here with Triple Double today. I'm here with my guy, the co-host, the visionary himself, Shawn TZ. Man, how you feeling today, man?
I'm feeling good, man. I'm feeling good, man.
Hey, man, look,
I'm excited.
Hey, this was a crazy sports week, and I ain't even gonna lie, man. I've been highly anticipating what you got to say about how impactful the NBA has been this week. It has literally took the world by storm this week. And I really been anticipating what you were getting ready to say, because I know you got some foolishness to say, but I do know on some of these topics it's gonna be some good stuff, man. So you good?
Yeah, I'm good, man. I'm actually surprised you showed up this week. You know what I'm saying? Because last week was kind of bad for you, but it's all good, man.
What? I won every topic last week. Every single topic I beat you in, I smoked you.
Now you acting like Draymond Green. Let's go, man.
Man, speaking of Draymond Green, that's a great entryway, man. We got to go there. Draymond Green just so happened to say he's the greatest defender of all time. Can this 5-time all-time defender have a case of being the greatest of all time on the defensive end?
Absolutely not. And Draymond, I don't know if I would take it serious. I mean, because you have so many of the greats. We can go back to Jordan. We can go back to Kobe. We can go to Scotty, Dennis, Gary Payton. All of these greats. And so when we talk about these great phenomena on the defensive end, by far you cannot say that you're the greatest, Draymond Green. I mean, one stat that I did see of his that I did love is that he was the first person ever in NBA history to have a triple-double, not including points.
That's right.
That's a huge stat. You know what I'm saying? 10 steals, 10 rebounds, 10 assists. Huge. That was a phenomenal stat. But when you talk about the greatest defender of all defenders, you know, when you talk about people who's been 9-time all defense, you know what I'm saying? Kobe Bryant, like I said, Jordan, you know, you can't really compare. I mean, not on the defensive end. I just can't. I can't go with it, man.
I might get a sword thrown at me or two for saying this, but man, in my eyes, you can make a case that he's not the best defender on his team. Klay Thompson always checks the best player on the opposite team. That's just in my case. But man, I got a list, huh? I got a list. You might not agree. You might not agree with the whole list, but I got a list, man. And on this list is, to me, 20 guys. I think I got about 21, 22 actually. That's better than Draymond to me. He's not even the best defender in the game now, but I got Hakeem Olajuwon, a great defender, man. He used to lock cats up. Michael Jordan, come on, man. You know, you can't, now you got to mention the GOAT. Kobe Bean Bryant, you know, he can lock up anybody. Giannis in today's game. You got Joe Dumars, who was considered a Jordan stopper. Dennis Rodman, a great defender. You know what I'm saying? Kawhi Leonard, the Claw. You got Mutombo, who was a great defender, won multiple Defensive Player of the Years. Gary Payton, Ron Artest, Tony Allen, Kevin Garnett. You got Michael Cooper, who played for the Lakers in the 80s. Dennis Johnson, who played for the Celtics in the 80s. Dwight Howard in his prime. Chris Paul. David Robinson. LeBron James in his prime. First stint in Cleveland. Scottie Pippen. Bruce Bowen. Sean Marion. Man, it's just to name a few. I ain't see Bill Russell. I ain't see Sidney Moncrief. But I'm saying these are great defenders. And for Draymond to just knock these guys to the side as if he's greater than them on the defensive end. And then I just named cats who have offense too. Right. So who was putting that work in on both ends of the floor. Draymond, man, he can't be mentioned with them guys. No. And I don't even know, I think I missed the name. I did miss a name, which is crazy. Ben Wallace, who got 4, he got the most Defensive Player of the Year awards of all time. He has 4. Like, come on, man. So, and that's 23, 24 guys that Draymond, to me, can't even step on the court with when it comes to defense.
That's true. And that's absolutely true. I mean, you still got people out there, great shot blockers in, you know, Shaquille O'Neal, people like that. Like,
Shaq,
you
man.
Draymond Green in those times, in that era, could not be on the same court as those guys. You can't be on the same court as a Hakeem Olajuwon and think you're going to be able to stop that guy.
I ain't even name Alonzo Mourning and Marcus Camby, who won Defensive Player of the Year awards as well. Mm-hmm. So I'm saying, like, Draymond, if he was Alonzo used to have to check Shaq. Mm-hmm. He used to have to check Patrick Ewing. He used to have to check David Robinson, Hakeem Olajuwon. I mean, just the list goes on. And for him to sit here and say that, and he not checking the Tim Duncans of the world.
No.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even see him check AD all the time. AD was being checked, you know what I'm saying, by bigger cats such as Pachulia when Pachulia was on the team. So I'm saying, man, he can't go out here and say that's blasphemous. Yeah, in my eyes to say I'm the great. And Tony Allen had a point to go back and forth with him on social media because Tony Allen to me is by far a greater defender. I know your boy Rondo in his heyday in Boston. Yeah. That was your catch. Exactly. You liked him on D. I liked him on D. I don't know though. Draymond might got him a little bit, but that's just to me. Pat Bev can make a case.
You can make it. You can make a case. That's the thing, and that's the thing about Draymond Green. I really want to know his insight on what he feels makes him a greater defender than all of those other great players. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You still, like you said, the Tony Allens and you know what I'm saying, players like that. You know what I'm saying? See, this is my thing with you, Shanti. What's up? You are a pretty decent defender. But if you were to come outside, and this is gonna kill me. If you were to come outside and say you were a better defender than Jordan and Brandon, oh man, you would be considered Draymond in my eyes. Because truth of the matter is, in my eyes, Jordan and Brandon, your brothers, are better defenders than you. That's just me. But I mean, I'm not saying you're not a good defender. You know, I just think B and Joe got better defense than you. Reggie, I can go down the list. Tone Rome, you know what I'm saying? Quan Breezy, I can go down the list. But I'm saying you can still make your case, but that don't mean you the best defender. I'm by far the best defender in the family. It's no debate about that at all. I mean, and I think the fans and the family already know the blasphemy that you already speak of day in and day out, Steve.
Hey, look,
come on now. That's the reason you always beg me, Steve. I know you can't not be, can never be the best defender. You can never qualify as that stat line. But we go ahead and move. We go ahead and move.
Hey man, you just gonna move the topic?
Yeah, I got.
Hey man, I'm the host today. He don't got the permission to move the topic on until I
know the next topic. Don't worry about it. I'll move on. I know the next topic.
We do gotta move today. We gotta move. Free agency been crazy, man. This has been one of the craziest free agencies. I'm not gonna say it's the best. It's not the best. Not even in recent years, but it has been crazy. It was a lot of shockers. It was so many trades and things like that, man. I mean, trade deadline. I'm sorry, not free agency, but trade deadline. It was a lot of trades that went on. I think you said it before the show to me that it hasn't been this many trades since the 90s and just one little season of trades, man. And it's been crazy. I mean, you got Aaron Gordon going to the Nuggets, just to name a few some big trades that happened. You got Oladipo going to Miami. You got your boy Vucevic leaving Orlando, going to Chicago. You got Rajon Rondo going back to LA, but this time he's playing for the Clippers. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You got sweet Lou Will going to ATL. You got Fournier going to Boston, and your boy Powell. I know you like Powell a little bit. He left Toronto and he's over in Portland helping your boy Dame. Yeah. And I'm saying, them was some crazy trades. I just want to stay on it a little bit. My thing is, this is my case, man. I think if it was a winner this year in the trade deadline, I gotta go with the Los Angeles Clippers.
Really?
The reason is, now granted, a close number 2 in my eyes is Miami. Because Oladipo going to play, that beefing up that guard situation. I know where you're going. It beefing up the guard situation. I do like Vucevic going to Chicago to help Zach, but they don't have the rest of their core still ain't as dominant. So this is why I'm going the Clippers. They got a champion in Rajon Rondo who won in Boston and who's won in LA, the best 2 franchises ever. So if anybody's a great leader, he's already considered one of the greatest of all time when it comes to not leading, but when it comes to IQ. People say his IQ is crazy.
Phenomenal.
And so Rondo going there to help somebody like Kawhi, who's also won multiple championships in multiple places. I'm saying, man, to combine them for Titans to clash like that, to be on one team under great coaching and having great teammates such as Paul George and the rest of those boys, man, I think that was one of the biggest pickups. Now, they did lose a great offensive player in Sweet Lou, but to have Rondo who can orchestrate an offense. Sweet Lou's just mainly a scorer. Rondo can orchestrate an offense, and Rondo on a good day can give you 20 points if he wanted to. On a good day, Rondo will surprise you and get you that. So I'm saying I think that was the biggest pickup to me this
No, and you're definitely wrong in this case. The Clippers, I mean, you got to understand, Rondo, he's getting up there in age, you know what I'm saying? Nutrition is kicking in with this guy. He's not gonna, I don't see him being the same guy as he once was, especially on last year. I mean, he came in and did some things for LeBron James, and they would not have won, in my case, without Rondo. But when you think about the Clippers and what the team that they have already assembled, I mean, I still don't trust Paul George. So, I mean, if you want to compare the tandem of just Kawhi and Rondo, okay, I can give you that. But more than anything, I'm going to have to go with Denver. I'm going to have to go with Denver and get an Aaron Gordon. I really love that pickup. I wanted Denver on our last episode before. I wanted them to really go after somebody like a Kevin what's his name? Zach LaVine. I'm sorry. Zach LaVine. So I wanted them to go get a player like that. But they got a great player in Aaron Gordon, a person who's just going to fit into the lineup. He's a great defensive piece. You can play big or small with this guy. He's under a great coach. I always forget his name. He's a great coach. I love that coach. And he's playing alongside Jamal Murray and Jokic. So when you look at them and their depth, and you got to think about what they lost on the other end as far as Jeremy Grant as of last year. Is Aaron Gordon better than Jeremy Grant? Absolutely. And so when you think about this team as a whole and what they're going to be able to do moving forward, they can go deeper to the playoffs for sure.
It's two things that you just said that pissed me off, Sean.
You're pissed off every week. I'm
gonna try to remember the first thing, but I'm gonna go with the latest thing you just said. The most recent thing you just said. You just said that that Aaron Gordon is better than Jeremy Grant. Yeah. I don't know that anymore. Jeremy Grant went to Detroit, and I mean, he's playing phenomenal in Detroit.
He is.
I'm saying put Aaron Gordon in that same system. Yeah, he might do the same thing, but I'm saying we can't say Aaron Gordon is just flat foot better. I just don't know. I don't know anymore. Jeremy Grant has came into himself, and we seen how great of a player he is because going to him leaving Denver is not the same team they were the last 2 years of just Jeremy Grant leaving. So that's the case. But I don't dislike it. When I seen Aaron Gordon going, it blew my mind. I grabbed the top of my hair. And I'm like, oh my God, I like Denver. Jokic there. That's one of my cats. Yeah. I like Denver. I like Jamal. Yeah. And for them to get a Gordon, man, it blew me. But the reason I'm not going with them and I'm going with Rondo, you said it, but you said it in the opposite way of what I'm about to say it in. Mm-hmm. You said Rondo, you don't think he got it no more. He's a little older. The bubble was only 8 months ago. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? He just won a championship 8 months ago. Mm-hmm. 8 months is a long time. 8 months is a long time, you know what I'm saying? A baby can be born in 9 months, so 8 months is a long time. Mm-hmm. But what I'm saying is, man, I think Rondo is going to fulfill what they need because he has the mentality, he knows what it takes. And you mentioned Paul. You know how I feel about Paul George. He gets on my last nerve. But I'm saying to pick up somebody like that and to have them to fulfill the very slot that they needed. That they had this same court last year with Montrezl and they lost. They dropped the ball. I think Rondo takes them over the top a little. I'm not saying they're gonna win it. I just like that I feel like they won this trade deadline by picking up Rondo.
So when you think about the two people that the Clippers was actually after, either Rondo or Lonzo Ball. Who would you better take? Who would you rather take?
Well, Magic Johnson just said this. He goes on First Take and he says Lonzo Ball has the best IQ in the game today. Mm-hmm. I didn't get mad like Stephen A. and Max. the reason, but Max didn't get mad. Max agreed. He said, well, because Magic is Mr. IQ. He's probably had the best IQ of all time. Maybe. But for him to say that, I didn't get an attitude because Lonzo is young, man. He's young and he has a future. He's still young. I like his brother better already, but to mention that, man, Lonzo might be up there as far as IQ already. I'm not saying he is, but he might. And the reason I'm saying that is to take Lonzo over Rondo, I think what they did was it's a right now thing. We have no other choice but to win this year because we dropped the ball last year.
Yeah, but when you think about the things that Lonzo Ball is doing this year, he's hitting a whole bunch of career highs.
He is.
You know, he's hitting a whole bunch of career highs. You know, his three ball has got going. You know what I'm saying? Magic, like you also pointed out, he has great IQ.
He does.
And so when you put that alongside Kawhi Leonard, a young Lonzo, a Kawhi Leonard, and Paul George, and you putting around a Lonzo who literally shares the ball but can also create his own shot, I fall in love with Lonzo pick better than Rajon Rondo.
But this is my thing. This is my question. So I'm gonna reverse the question though, Sean, because so now the whole system changes. It's not really about Rondo or Lonzo who we can get. It's really which one of them two can benefit us more than Lou Will was doing. Because I would still choose Lou Will over Lonzo, though Lonzo has gonna have a longer, you know, we can keep him, we can build around our franchise with him and things like that. But my thing is, he's not better than Lou Will. You can make a case that Rondo is still better than Lou Will. You can make that case that he's still better just off what he did in the bubble.
Yeah, I mean, but Lou Will hasn't been playing up to what we know him as for the last 2 years anyway. So I like that pick way better anyway. But when I'm thinking about what Lonzo could be able to contribute as far as sharing the ball wise and still creating his own shot, not only that, just being available. Just being available, because Rondo have had stints even throughout playoffs where he'll miss a game because of wrist, he'll miss a game because of ankle, he'll miss a game because of, you know, soreness and stuff like that. So when you have a person like Lonzo Ball who's going to be out there with Kawhi Leonard every step of the way, I really like Lonzo Ball moving forward. Not only that, he's promising. He can also learn that as well as along the way. So that's why I really feel I like Lonzo.
You know, I just got breaking news from the producers. I got breaking news.
What you got?
And I'm pissed off. I'm pissed off. And this wasn't even a part of our topics today.
Okay.
And this is getting ready to swing the whole show.
Okay.
This is about to swing the whole show.
What you got?
The breaking news is that your Brooklyn Nets just acquired LaMarcus Aldridge.
Oh my God.
And you know what makes me mad about that, Sean?
Okay.
Why do KD need everybody, Sean? Tell me.
Okay.
I mean, look at this lineup. I had to pull it up on my phone because I thought my producers were lying. I thought the producers were lying when they said this. They got LaMarcus Aldridge. They got Blake Griffin. They got Kyrie Irving, James Harden, Kevin Durant, and DeAndre Jordan. I'm looking at Joe Harris can still start. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at the bench. They still got Jeff Green. They still got Bruce Bowen. You know, I'm saying, what more do they need, Sean, to beat LeBron James? I mean, this is what I'm feeling like.
I mean,
I know a lot of people that's not LeBron fans gonna call my phone tonight, and I don't even care. But my thing is this: Kevin Durant looks like he's just thirsty right now. He looks like a male that's in a female's inbox, Sean, trying to get on. I'm saying, like, what more do he need, John?
He don't need more. And I also felt like before this trade went down, I'd rather us have Drummond. That was early. That was weeks ago. That was before, you know, this person came, Blake came. And so, you know, we missed out on. So when it comes down to the two that I would rather have Drummond, but we got Aldridge. How much help can he get? Hey, listen, I don't know what's going on behind the scenes. I don't know what Kevin Durant is really cooking up. But honestly, when you think about the team and everybody that he has is pretty much past their prime. Mm-hmm. So when you look at Aldridge, he's not Aldridge from the Blazers. You know, when you look at Blake, that's not Blake from the Clips.
At all.
That's not the same Jeff Green from OKC. So when you look at these players and how they're past their prime, I mean, everybody just really want to win. They want to get a chip. They want to play. They're going to play together. They're going to play as a team, and they're going to get the job done. One is not going to step on the other's toes. As far as the team is constructed, I mean, it's we still got to wait and see, and I'm still excited to see what's going on. I'm waiting on my guy to get back.
Congratulations to the Brooklyn Nets for making that soft move. I mean, of course, you gonna go.
How is it soft? Drummond is about to go to the Lakers. Is that soft?
Yes.
Oh my
man,
gosh.
my thing is, man, I come from a day, Shawn Teasy. Man, I remember when I was about my son's age, man. And I'm just telling the truth.
Okay.
And I didn't never think I was gonna give the old man speech. I didn't think I was gonna ever do that. But I'm saying, I remember when I was my son's age and I was watching basketball. You had Allen Iverson over there in Philly. You had Kobe Bryant and he had Shaq over there in LA. You know, you had T-Mac in Orlando. You got VC running Toronto. The league was spread abroad with superstars. Now you can only look in 3 cities and see a team stacked with superstars. I really don't like it. It's a new day. I've adjusted. I've been adjusted for 10 years since LeBron made the Miami move. People try to talk about the Boston thing, but this a question and a question. Who do you blame for this, man? Are you blaming the Boston Celtic dynasty, or they really were in a dynasty? They went twice, won one. But are you blaming the Boston Celtic, their team, or are you going to blame LeBron for going to join Miami? Because here's the thing: with Boston, it was trades. You know, they traded for KG. They traded for Ray Allen. To where Miami was more so of an acquirer. LeBron said, no, I'm a free agent, I'm signing. Chris Bosh said, no, I'm a free agent too, I'm signing too. Wherever you go, I go. Who do you blame for this, man? Because I feel like it's lopsided. When I tune in the games, see, if it wasn't for, and I'm gonna talk about myself this week because I throw Shawn under the bus every week. If it wasn't for FanDuel, I wouldn't watch no games, huh? Because it's only 2 good games a night, maybe 1. Because the teams are so stacked. And you're not able to see the true energy of the NBA like we used to.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So when it comes to that question, of course I blame LeBron James if I'm picking between the two, because I like also what you said. The Celtics, they were traded to get to that point. You know what I'm saying? LeBron James actually was trying to recruit, Chris Paul. He was also trying to recruit D-Wade. Not D-Wade, but Carmelo Anthony. You know, for all of them to get together and play on the same boat. However, things went south. So, but my thing is, I more so blame LeBron James, but in the same sense, when you think about today's talent, it has evolved and it has also advanced from those times and in those days and era. Because when you look at the people like Kyrie Irving, one of the greatest ball handlers of all time, Stephen Curry, one of the greatest sharpshooters that we'll ever be able to see again, Kevin Durant, a 7-foot point guard, LeBron James, a man who can literally do all things. You know what I'm saying? So when you compare that, compare today's talent to what was going on back then, they didn't have all of that back then. They had 1 or 2 players that were great. Everybody was more so one-dimensional. Now in today's time,
disrespect.
More back in those times, most people were either all defense or you were all offense. It was very rare if you found a player that was able to do both.
Hold on, are you talking? Okay, because it's getting interesting. Because I didn't mention Michael Jordan's day. Because you're gonna get cussed out from cats that's 40 and older for talking about Mike and his day. Okay. You know what I'm saying? I'll mention my day. I'll mention Kobe, Timmy D, Kevin Garnett, Paul Pierce, Ray Allen. You know what I'm saying? I mentioned my day. You know, the T-Macs of the world, the Yao Mings, the Steve Francises, the Gilbert Arenas. This your boy right here, Brandon Roy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, come on, Shawn Thomas. I'm telling you, man. I mean, we had some great players. We had some great players. And even in that day, they still had that blue collar mindset of I'm gonna get it on my own. Kobe had Pau Gasol, who isn't mentioned amongst the greatest greats. You know what I'm saying? He's solid. And so my thing about it is that them all teaming up like that, Kobe would never. Kobe would never.
Absolutely.
Kobe ain't about to call T-Mac and say, hey, T, I need you on my team. You know what I'm saying? He's not about to do that. So in that case, And in that matter, man, I just feel like the league has softened up. I don't know if you seen this the other day. What's the boy name from Golden State? A little young light-skinned kid.
Kelly Oubre.
Kelly Oubre. Kelly Oubre Jr. happened to say that Mike and Kobe are the greatest players of all time. He said they did they just do. And with everything, and I'm just really paraphrasing, and everything that they did, you know what I'm saying? He feel as if it's greater than any player today because the league is soft today. All because of all of this stacked team stuff, man. See, I never held Golden State accountable until KD went to go join them, because Golden State had drafted Steph Curry, they drafted Clay, they drafted Draymond. You know, they built their dynasty off drafts. But you know what I'm saying? I never held them accountable until KD came. So my thing is, man, I just don't really care for it. I have come accustomed to it, but I just think, man, let's go back on our own. Just last year, it was two superstars per team. We went back to 5, 6.
Yeah, but Steve, when you look at, like I said, when you look at today's talent, it's way, way more talented people as of now that can be. It's going to have to be 2 stars to a team. That's how talented.
No, I agree with that.
That's exactly what I'm saying.
But I'm saying the 2 is good. I don't like 3 or more.
I mean, the 3 is normally, that third person is normally a washed up or a past his prime type of person.
Not with Miami when they was together.
No,
not
okay,
with
maybe not Miami. But I said I blame LeBron for the.
Now with Brooklyn
Miami.
right now. I feel like all of them are still in their prime. They're the tail end, but they're in their prime. I'm talking about the big 3. I'm not talking about the Blake Griffin, who's been playing better since he left Detroit. I'm not talking about DeAndre Jordan, he's not DeAndre Jordan of yesterday. LaMarcus ain't the LaMarcus that he even was when he first went to the Spurs a few years ago. But I'm saying, like, I don't really care for it for real. The 2 is good. You can have 2 dynamic stars on the team. I ain't about to trip over that. It's 2. It's only 2 cats. But to have 5 people who's been all-stars, who's been in award ceremonies and all that, come on, man, that's too much. It's too much on one team. That's crazy.
But just like you said, you kind of got to get adjusted to what's going to be the new norm.
I don't think
people stacking the deck. GMs is tired of being some of the worst franchise in the league. They're kind of sick of that. So now people are paying top dollar to keep you. Not only that, to add more talent to help you. So when you look at the Jokic, we never knew Jamal Murray was going to be this way. We never knew Klay Thompson could shoot as great as he draft. I mean, but that's not the case for every star. You know what I'm saying? We never knew that Vucevic would be who he is today.
So let's be real.
You know what I'm saying?
We didn't know at that time that Scottie was going to become that. Scotty's first 2 years, he wasn't on that. So for him to become a great Robin to Michael Jordan, you know what I'm saying? It blew our mind for real, if we be honest. Scottie was faking migraines and all this stuff, quote unquote, you know what I'm saying, conspiracies. But I'm saying, like, he wasn't what he was in the 90s, them last couple years of the 80s when he got drafted, because he had to come into himself. This is my thing, though. You got teams like Detroit. You got teams like Minnesota. Minnesota got cat, though. But you got teams like that, and you're talking about the talent has grew, but you're looking at teams that has no talent at all. That's my case. So we're voided. You saying that the league, and I do think players today are better, but I'm saying we're saying that the league got that we ain't never seen this much talent. I see everybody's statuses, everybody's quotes, and I agree. But if that be the case, let's spread out. Let's go into our own. Why we so scared to finish our career without nothing?
So you got to understand that everybody's agenda is different. So some people want to go chase rings, other want to go chase the bag. It's different for everybody. Not only that, you got to also put in account the city, the state that they live in. Some people just don't want to come to the cold. Some people want to stay where it's hot. What I'm saying? So you got to understand and take a lot of that stuff into account, where people families grow up, what jobs and all this other stuff, packing up and leaving, going here and there. Some people don't want to deal with that, so they rather stay where they are. People like Devin Booker. Hey, I'm in Phoenix. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting paid top dollar. At this point, you don't know if he want to win a chip or not, because at the same time, he's not. It doesn't seem like he want to go for the chip, but you know what it is with Devin to win.
You know what it is with Devin and your boy Dame, just like this. They're dedicated and faithful and loyal, man. And I think, Shawn, this is my thing. I think your becoming just like the rest of those guys, man. That you're unloyal, you're not faithful, and you're not true to your state, man. Because every day we talk, you trying to escape where you at too. You act just like these cats, man, as if where you at ain't all good. Look, this is my thing, Sean.
You trying to bring out my personal endeavors on the show.
Your personal endeavors, that's what I do. I do it every week with your betting problem. You got a bet. I want you to go see a therapist, Sean. That's all I want. I want somebody to just call a therapist for you because you got a problem, Sean.
Can I see your FanDuel ticket?
No, that's beyond the case. That's beyond the point. Look, we gotta move, man. We gotta move, man. You can't stay on one topic that long. The fans don't want to see that, Sean. So look, we gotta move. Your boy, this your boy too. Your boy LeBron James, as we were recording last week, and it ain't funny, Sean. Ain't funny, man. He went down with the injury, and him and Anthony Davis are out. How do you feel about the Lakers? Can they make a push, man?
Can the Lakers make a push? Oh man, I just don't see it because when I took a look, you gotta listen. Hey, listen. When you take a look at their schedule for the month of April, now they said at first LeBron James was going to be out 3 to 4 weeks. I automatically knew it was going to be longer than that, and they said it's 4 to 6. So now when you look at the whole month of April, they got people like the Clippers, they got people like the Heat, the Nets, the Knicks, the Celtics, Jazz, the Mavericks. You know what I'm saying? Teams, you can name it. And so when you look at their schedule for the whole month of April, I don't see them making it at least 6 or 7 games out. And so that also may drop them down a few slots in the standings. So which can also take them at least 7, maybe 8. It can possibly be 9, 10, depending on if Denver makes a push, depending on if the Clippers start pushing. You know what I'm saying? So you got to start taking account if the Lakers is going to be taking a fall back, who's going to be taking a step forward. So when you look at that and you look at what's going on, and then you take a look at LeBron James coming off the injury, now he's going to be hitting minutes restriction because you don't want him to get into the same fold. You know, now you got to usher him back into his graces, and then not only that, you still got Anthony Davis that you got to worry about, who you also got to take into account, who's always injury prone. So when you look at the playoffs and what's to come and on a short season, you got to start understanding like, hey, look, they can be knocked out the first round. Would you rather them see the Clippers? Would you rather them see Utah? Would you rather them see Phoenix with the LeBron James who's going to be hobbled, with the Anthony Davis who could possibly be hobbled at 60%? You know what I'm saying? Because they're trying to rush these guys back. So when you start looking at things like that, it can get scary for the Lakers, honestly.
No, I'm scared. I'm scared because, one, Anthony Davis is already injury prone. I knew that was going to happen when he went to L.A., when they acquired him before last season. But and then I'm also scared because LeBron is older now, and injury, such as this can be a big effect on what's to come in these last few years of his career. So I am scared for him, and I've already said it. I've said it off air, and I'm gonna say it on air. I already said that we're gonna drop a seed or two. You know what I'm saying? Maybe even 3. Because they're the 4th seed right now. Phoenix at 2, Clippers at 3. They're the 4th seed. So, and Denver is already like tied with them. I think they got like the same record.
About 2
identical.
About 2 games.
Yeah, it's like a game or 2 away. So my thing is, I already know they're gonna probably drop a spot or 2 without LeBron and Anthony Davis. But my thing is this, man. I think it's a story. If LeBron and Anthony Davis come back as an 8th seed and make it to the NBA Finals and win the NBA Finals, which I don't think Brooklyn got it in the bag after hearing that stupid news today with LaMarcus going to Brooklyn. Brooklyn got it in the bag. They got 7 All-Stars.
Like Steve
I ain't never seen. And Nash, who's a back-to-back MVP of the league. Like, come on, man. You know what I'm saying? He know how to win as well. He don't got a chip though, but he know how to win. But my thing is this, man. I feel like them having to play without LeBron and them, they're going to drop. But it's a story to tell. And if LeBron gets to the 8th seed, he can still beat the Utah Jazz, who's number 1. Yes. If him and AD, now this is the question. If AD's not in the first round, LeBron can lose in the first round for the first time in his career.
Exactly, and that's what I'm pretty much getting to, because AD has already been out longer than expected anyway. So when you think about that, and on top of LeBron James, he's in year 18. He's not going to be able to recover as fast as he used to, as he once was. So, you know what I'm saying, Father Time is, you know what I'm saying, he at the door. So when you start thinking about, you know, what LeBron James and his longevity, he's been the greatest when it comes to durability. But I feel like at this time, when you start to take into account what he's doing, I don't know if he can be able to accomplish what he used to.
Hey man, your peoples ain't teach you that knocking was disrespectful, man. You can't be doing that while we sitting at the table. Man, look, this is my thing, man.
Come on.
And I know we gotta go, but I like it. You know, I kind of semi-agree with you. I just feel like it's good TV. I feel like it's a story. I feel like, I'm not saying they faking their injuries or anything like that. I don't want nobody to think I'm trying to chase clout right now. No, I'm not trying to do that. I just feel like it's good story. And LeBron and them coming back as a 7th, 8th seed to win. We don't see seeds win at a 7th, 8th seed. That's not normal. I think the only team that won that deep down was the 6th seed, and that was Hakeem Olajuwon, Houston Rockets, that did it back in the day. But we don't see teams that win that low seeded. So
yeah, but is it really a story if they were already favored in the beginning? Is it really? You got to really think about that. Like, that's true. Is it really a story if they were already picked to go back?
See, because what was gonna happen was they were gonna win the finals, and all of the LeBron fans was gonna hit me with, man, he won as a 7th, 8th seed, and I wasn't gonna have no rebuttal. I was just gonna be, man, yeah, he is the greatest of all time. You're right, man. So now you gave me an argument if he win, because Quan was gonna go there after this, after they won the championship. So now I got something to say to shut him down. But look, that's the end of the show today, man. What a great episode. Hey, Nicole, we miss you. Shout out to our anchor, our host, Nicole, man, Nikki D. Man, we miss you, man. Hey, but look, y'all do me this favor, because Reggie don't put it on his page, nor does Deveon. Y'all go subscribe, go like, go share, and go comment on all our videos. Not just this one, but all the videos. Hey, man, peace. It's Triple Double. We out.